But then you also have to start thinking Miami to record one of her records, and the producer and the engineer called me up and asked me to come by and throw what they called some rock drums on one of the songs. So I came by and I did that, and
well,
what I
okay,
didn't
so
know was that was
when someone like that asks for rock drums, what does that mean?
so at the time I think it meant that she's a pop artist, but she wants it to sound a little more more rocking. So kind of stuff, as opposed to, programming, dance beats and stuff like that. So I think that's what that means normally is well, the demos probably all have electronics on them, but they think it would be nice to add acoustic drums to it to give it a little more beef. So I think that's what it meant in the 90s.
Like
Was there was so much, yeah,
like
there was so much loops and
like John Bonham or Steve
well, it
Gadd.
could be, yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be depending on the song. But I think a lot of people, when they're making their music, they start with electronic demos. And then they say, this is pretty good. I like the way it sounds as is. Or they say, let's replace these chintzy little electronic parts, like fake violins or fake bass or fake drums, with real musicians. And they slowly replace the parts with session musicians. So that's pretty standard now, actually, is people create demos first, and then they decide what parts they can keep and what parts need to be replaced.
Right, okay.
So that was that, and then I wound up playing on, I guess, maybe 6 songs in the span of 2 weeks there, and then from that point on, I started playing live shows with her and her band, and I've been doing it ever since then.
Wow. So when you came down to Florida, were you expecting at that point? How old were you when you moved down to Florida?
I moved down to Florida from New Jersey when I was